You singing? What's up, YouTube? What's poppin'? And welcome back to the channel. So, you guys, today's video is going to be a more serious video. Today's video is a sickle cell awareness video. I'm doing this video in September because September is Sickle Cell Awareness Month. You should be aware all year long, but this is the set month. So I'm doing this video because my sweet little daughter, Alea. Mommy! Mama. Hi. I'm so pretty. Y'all seen in other videos. If you haven't, go make sure y'all go to the channel, subscribe to the channel, become a part of the Ryan gang, and y'all can see Alea there, and y'all will see. This is my little baby girl, Alea, my princess. I'll put a picture of her, my sweet little angel. So it's important to me because my daughter has sickle cell, and you know, I'm so sorry for that, but you know, I can't change it. But if more people are aware, then we can prevent, you know, from continuing to have children with the disease. And that's just what that is. So sickle cell disease is an inherited blood disorder. You cannot catch sickle cell disease. You have to be born with it. Both parents have to be a trait carrier. So I carry the trait, which I wasn't fully aware of. That's why you need to be aware. And her father carried the trait as well. So I'm pretty sure he wasn't aware. If you guys are aware, you can prevent from having children with sickle cell disease. The important thing to know is, once you have a child with sickle cell disease, the chances of you having another child, if you were to have another child with that same partner, the chances are the same. You could end up having another child with sickle cell disease. And y'all, I'm all tapped out. I got my two, I'm done, got my tubes tied, it's a wrap. I would never even dream of ever having another child with my daughter's father because I can't. I just can't. If you and your partner both carry the sickle cell trait, the chances for your child to end up with the full-blown disease is a 1 in 4. So it's a 25% chance that your child could be born with sickle cell disease. The 1 in 4 chance that they could be born completely unaffected. There's a 50% chance that they get the trait. You guys, it's very important to be aware because there's no cure for sickle cell disease. So they do have a cure for sickle cell disease, but that is a stem cell or bone marrow transplant. I got this stuff written down, y'all, because I guess it's a lot. So the only cure for sickle cell disease would be a stem cell or a bone marrow transplant. But those are only done so often because of the significant risks involved. So they really only like to do it when you have, or like when a child is having severe complications from sickle cell disease. So you know, if you have a child that's having a lot of complications from sickle cell disease, then they might suggest a transplant. The thing about that, you have to have a sibling, like a full-blooded sibling that has like similar bone marrow. So in my daughter's case, her and her brother have different fathers, so it wouldn't work for her. This is things that I've searched on my own, because I have a child with sickle cell disease, so all of this stuff, I have to know everything that I can so that I can help my daughter live her best life. To prevent all of the extras, just get testing if you can. If you can get genetic testing done, then you could prevent from having a child with the mutation, with the genetic mutation. I know it's not always that easy. I know sometimes you just meet somebody, y'all click, boom, next thing you know, y'all done started a family before you even got to do anything. I know it's not just that easy. I mean, I know people don't, people just don't do it like that. It's responsible to know, but you know, people don't do it like that. It don't always happen like that. If you know that you're gonna start a family, you know you want to have children and all that stuff, like, get tested. Know what your family has. Ask your mama and your grandparents, find out what they have, you know, and there's a chance that you might have it, might give it to your kids. Just know, you guys, just be aware. Just be aware. When I got pregnant. So when I got pregnant with Alea, first of all, my pregnancy was horrible. My pregnancy with my son was horrible. My pregnancy with my daughter was horrible. That's one of the things that helped me make the decision to get my tubes tied, because being pregnant, it just wasn't for me. It was just bad all the way through. And you know, then, you know, my daughter has sickle cell, my son has epilepsy and stuff like that, which would be a whole nother video. I was just like, I can't, like, I have enough, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a single mom. I'm doing this by myself 2 times. So I couldn't have more children. Like, I'm done. I'm maxed out. So I have my baby. Pregnancy was horrible. I had every condition possible, every pregnancy condition possible. I feel like I had it. So she was due in December, but I had her a month earlier. So she was born November 13th, and she was 5 pounds when she was born. I was trying to have her, I did have a C-section. I was trying to have a vaginal birth with her, but she wasn't coming out. So it was like, okay, we got to get her out of there. And so I had to have a C-section done. So when she was born, she had to go to NICU because there was blood in her stool, and they were trying to figure out, like, if she was bleeding, if it was her blood, or, you know, if it was my blood, that maybe she took some of my blood in, but she stopped the bleeding, and she was good. So we were able to go home after a few days of her having to stay in the NICU. She didn't really have immediately. Okay, wait. During one of my ultrasounds, they did a test. One of the tests came back abnormal, and so I freaked. I was like, what? What are you talking about? Like, is something wrong with my baby? Like, I just started to freak out. But then I started to calm myself down, and I'm like, okay, you know, we'll handle whatever it is. They wanted to give me a amniocentesis. Look, I can't even say the damn word. Okay, I'm gonna insert it though right here though. They wanted to give me one of those, and that's it's testing. They put a needle in your stomach, and they take some of the fluid. It's genetic testing for the baby. They want to see if the baby's, you know, gonna be born with some type of genetic mutation, Down syndrome and stuff like that. So, but there's risks involved with getting that procedure done, and so I just was like, you know what? I don't want to do that. I don't want to put myself at more risk, even more risk, on top of whatever it is that's going on. So I was just like, I'm not gonna do it. It's all good, you know, whatever it is. I got my baby, and that's that. So I didn't get it done. So during her newborn screening, it came back positive for sickle cell disease, but they told me that during her second screening, it would confirm. So when I took her to have her second newborn screening, it did confirm that she had sickle cell disease. So pretty much, you know, she's been on medication since she was months old. She's still on medication, and you know, we just doing what we gotta do. So when I had her at the hospital, they gave me like this big, huge binder. It had like everything that I needed to know about sickle cell, from birth to when she's getting ready to start school, and all of that stuff. And I was just like, whoa, you know, I was so overwhelmed, but you know, I was like, I gotta take care of my baby, period. So hospital so much when my baby was smaller. Want some more? There goes my baby. There she go, feeding her baby. Aw, you're such a sweet pie. You make sure your baby eat. We're doing. Ew. Juice.
I'm gonna go grab a friend and I'll be back, okay?
It was crazy. Like, we stayed there. We had, every time she got a fever, I had to take her. We got admitted. We stayed for a couple days to a few days each time. You know, it was so... When she was 1.5, she had her first pain crisis. So she started off like she just really wasn't herself, kind of fussy or whatever. So she took a nap, and she woke up, and like I heard her whining. I went in there to check on her, and I was like, what's wrong, baby? You know, I was telling her to get up. I'm like, come on, come here, come to mommy. And like I seen her like she was trying to lift up, but she couldn't. And she was just like, you know, she was started crying and stuff, and so she was trying to lift up, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with my baby? And I'm just looking at her, and I'm like, you can't move. And you know, she started crying, and I was like, oh no, this is bad. Like, she couldn't move her body at all. She couldn't move her arms or legs. She couldn't do anything. So I was like, my baby's having a pain attack. This is crazy. So rushed to the hospital, and it's bad because I'm like, she can't, it hurts, you know, it hurts when she's moved. So I pick her up, and I'm like trying to be as gentle as I can, you guys, and it was so bad, and I cried so bad. I was like, I'm so sorry, and I still tell my baby I'm sorry all the time. So I took her to the hospital. You know, they get her in right away, they check her out, start an IV right away, started giving her fluids, and then they, you know, gave her some pain medicine through an IV, and she started to feel better. And we stayed there for a little while, and then they sent us home, sent me home with some oxycodone for her because it was bad. And so that lasted for a few days. Like, I had to move her, I had to adjust her, and it was bad. I had to make sure that I was giving her the oxycodone as often as I needed to, because I didn't want it to wear off, because I knew that she was in pain. But
too slick to stick. You're a genius, rat. You got flying.
you want me to help you? You know, oh, y'all, oh. It's bad, y'all. It was so bad, and I don't never want to see my baby like that again. Y'all, I wish I could take it away from her. If I could take her sickle cell disease, I would. Like, give it to me. I'll take it. I'll take that for my baby. I'm just so sad. y'all don't want to be in my shoes. Y'all don't want to feel this, man. For anybody that does not have children yet and you plan on it, know what you have, please. Ask your partner what they have or may have. Figure it all out. You don't want to bring kids into this world. It's already enough with just having kids, period. But when you have kids with, disabilities and shit on top of that, it just makes it even harder. All right, so they gave me this card, and every time I have to take her to the hospital, I just flashed them this card, and they took her in right away. And it's that serious because they got to get her in right away. This is her card. We went to the emergency room. I don't care how long the line was. I showed them this card. They take my baby urgently. It's that serious. It's that serious. It's that serious. Especially y'all with kids who have sickle cell disease. It's important for everyone who's going to be around your child or caring for your child to know about their sickle cell. Daycare teachers and staff, school staff, to the janitor, to the damn bus driver, everybody needs to know so that everybody can be on the same page and everybody can know what to do in certain situations. It's just important that it's for everybody to know. My daughter was at daycare. If I would come to daycare and see a brand new teacher, I would be like, did they tell you about my daughter's sickle cell disease? Did they tell you? Because you need to know. Because one time during the cold, they was outside and they came in. I'm like, did she just come from outside? And they was like, yeah. I'm like, well, where the hell's her sweater? She needs her sweater. It was ridiculous. My thing is, it's up to you because they won't do it. They won't do it. Everybody needs to know. Okay? It's that serious. Your baby can have a fever and somebody might just give them some Tylenol and that send them back to class, and next thing you know, your baby is, falling ill. You don't even know the situation that they can be in. So, if ever gets a fever, I have to stop what I'm doing immediately and take her to the emergency room. It's that serious. They gotta take her blood, make sure no infections growing in her blood, make sure she doesn't have this, make sure she doesn't have the disease. Can take your life, period. Other than my daughter has not had a lot of complications from sickle cell disease. She had one pain crisis, and then we've been to the hospital over a couple dozens of times because of fever, but that's something that we're gonna have to do for life. Whenever she gets a fever, she has to go. Ain't no just give her some Tylenol. You can't just give her some Tylenol. So y'all just be aware, man. Just know. And she has so far to go, man. She's 4, she'll be 5 in November, and I just, worry about when she gets older, man. I know one of the big things as far as adults with sickle cell, and people be in really bad shape, and these doctors be out here playing games, you know what I'm saying? I'll be at the doctor with my daughter well into her adult life. I'm gonna be like, give her some medicine. That's what I'm gonna do. So my baby's so in the shape that she is because I take all of the necessary steps that need to be taken to take care that my baby is good and that she stays as healthy as possible. I said in the video before that since the coronavirus has been here, we've had to be quarantined. I haven't had to take her to the emergency room at all, not for a fever, not for nothing. We only go for her regular checkups and stuff. And man, I love not having to rush her to the emergency room. It's so much. Parents with the kids that have sickle cell disease, do not be hard on you. Don't be hard on yourself, Just take care of your babies. Because that's all you can do. Just take care of your babies. Try your best to keep them healthy and in good shape. And that's it. There's nothing that you can do. I love my baby so much. I love my daughter. I would not have it any other way. No, I don't. if I could take it away, I would, but I would never say that I don't, I wish I never had her or nothing like that, because that shit would be completely false. I needed my daughter. I love her so much. I'm so sad that she has to live with this, but Mama got her back, and I always will. And that's on period, like for real. I'm so serious. Both of my kids are everything to me. They are so special to me. Like, I can't even put it together in words, but my children are just everything. Just know, man. Just know what you got, man. I have to be here. I have to be here for my daughter because she needs me. Just like I need her. She needs me, and I'm gonna be there. Period. There's so much. There's so much information on sickle cell disease. I know I didn't touch all of it at all. I know this, but you go search. Go do your research. Go be aware. That's like the most important thing. Is if you're aware, you know what you got, you can prevent this from happening. So just be aware, man. So yeah, that concludes today's video. I hope it was informative. Hope you learned something. Spread the word. Be aware. Be aware, because you can prevent not just sickle cell disease, but anything else. It could be something else that you can prevent. So do that, man. Yeah, like it up, share, subscribe, comment, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel, become a part of the gang, because it's a Ryan gang thing. Bye, y'all. Give me this. Look at your face.